Guys, welcome back to Clockwork Noodles for the Winter 2023 Midway review. We are finally halfway through the season. It's been a very strange season. We've had some insane animes just drop and then vanish into thin air. Many delays have hit this season. This is just going to be the midway, so anything that is still around by episode 6 and has had an episode 6. However, I am going to be crowning a few who have vanished when it comes to OP/ED. Today's video, how it's going to work, we're going to go through OPs, EDs, and my top 3 anime of the season. I will be including an honourable mention each time because it does allow me to give some more credit to another series that maybe it didn't make the list by a tiny bit or it inched out. This is all going to be my personal opinion. If this is going to bug you, there are better videos out there of Becca playing GeoGuessr or something, so go check those out. Before we get going, do make sure you guys are subscribed. In 6 weeks' time, we're going to have the end of season review, and we'll also start looking at the next season as a whole. Next season is insane. I already have the animes I have chosen. A lot of it was because stuff was coming back. I didn't really get to pick anything original up. When I go through it with you guys, you'll understand why it was such a difficult season for me to pick and choose what I was going to break down on the channel. We're going to start with the OPs, honourable, and then we'll go up through the rankings. The way I rank, it's mainly based on if I think an OP carries the anime, how it's produced. So it's not just if a song is fantastic. Say my favourite song comes up and it's in third or something, I will highlight my favourite song of the OPs EDs. It's not necessarily number one all the time. Sometimes I'll think something will edge out just because it's handled better by the animation or something. Thank you guys so much for your utmost support. Big thank you to people who found me via Sugar Apple Fairy Tale because the first episode was just insane. We had so much support and that has continued. Obviously it's dwindled and it's not to the same degree. Without a doubt, every single week Sugar Apple Fairy Tale videos just get so much attention. That makes me so happy, and of course always makes me happy when it's a series that isn't major. Maybe I'm a smaller channel who's covering it and the big channels just aren't watching this kind of thing. I do very well when it comes to rom-com. I have noticed this. I think it might just be the case that bigger channels don't really cover romance, and I do. We will see if any romances are in these lists. Without further ado, guys, I hope you're excited as I am. Thank you so much, and let's get going with honourable mention for the OPs. My honourable mention is My Hero Academia Season 6, opening number 2, is of course by Eve. If you know me, this is going to shock you because I've put Eve so low. I am a huge fan of Eve. The My Hero Academia OP is Bokurano. Such a good song. It carries the dark vibe of the second half of this season. The season itself has just been killer. I am enjoying it. It's dark. It's gritty. The OP itself is doing some fantastic work for me. I love the visuals. I think it is really nicely done. It flows nicely. There's a lot of nice cuts. My Hero Academia has also been one of those animes that's very good at symbology. We've got a lot of use of lights running through Deku at one point, and it's all of those uses of One for All flowing through him, and there's a point when it looks like he's got the All Might colours going through him as well. There's so much good stuff going on with this OP and My Hero Academia as a whole. The first half of the season was a fight arc, and now we're into the darker arc. I'm enjoying it. I think the OP really carries it. I love Eve. It's not wearing a crown for my best song, however it is up there because Eve is one of those singers that I just absolutely adore. I love the work. I love the art style as well. Check out the OP if you are curious to see why I like it so much. Let's move into the rankings themselves. Number 3 is going to go for Near Automata, and they have vanished, yes, but it is Amir. It is a song called Escalate. Love Amir as well. This song is really good. Absolutely love the animation style where we've got the characters running in a real life situation. Real settings going on, blending of real environments using the anime characters in general. Yes, this is an anime that got hit by delays. It's going to be staying on the OP list because it technically did air in this season. The OP is just fantastic. The singing is great. I think it carries the theme very nicely. There's a lot of really nice transitions. The colour scheme's very nice because it's quite dull. I got that with the anime itself. I've only seen 3 episodes. I'm not familiar with the source materials. I did enjoy what I saw. It didn't grab me. I think I need to see more of it, and I think having a break doesn't help a situation, and I'm still waiting for Golden Kamuy to come back. I hate having to wait for things when they've started airing. They've teased what the show's going to be about. This is a really good OP. I like it. Go check this one out again. Now, number 2, I know is going to cause a fire. You need to hear me out before I get burned. It's going to Tombai, which is the OP for Trigun Stampede. I'm not talking about the anime. I'm talking purely about the song and the OP. I love it. I can't get this song out my head. My most played from the season so far, even though technically number 1 is my favourite song. This is one of the most played that I keep going back to. It's in my head. It's melancholic, downtrodden, which I think I got with the show itself. I'm not a Trigun connoisseur. I've never known Trigun. I haven't watched it in the past or anything. And it's going to be a room divider when it comes to this anime in particular. As somebody who's never seen it, I am enjoying it. I am liking what I'm seeing. I'm enjoying the story that is being told. Song is carrying the show. It's melancholic. Things feel really sad. Post-apocalyptic situation. There's sand everywhere. Miles and miles and miles there's just sand. And you're getting a lot of this erosion in the song itself. A lot of things just fading into dust. Love that type of animation style. Fade to dust, and you've got a lot of falling, and you've got the main character just falling around. I'm getting that with him. I don't know much about the character as a whole, but I get the feeling that he's just been through a lot. I get that even from the OP, and I think a mark of a good OP is it's able to tell you some character building through what it's showing you in the OP, and I don't like OPs that just spoil. This OP doesn't do that. I don't really get an idea of what's going on from the OP. I don't know where the story's going. Don't really know a great deal about where the story goes in general. I am planning to watch the original, so don't have to hammer me on that one. I am definitely going to watch the original because I am getting hooked. I do actually really like the portrayal of Vash in the new one. I haven't met the old one. Maybe I'll fall in love with the old one as well. Hopefully you're not too mad that it's in the OP section. And I promise now that you're not going to hear the word Trigun again in these rankings, so you don't have to worry about that. Also predicted that some people would try and guess how my top 3s are going to go. Don't think you're going to get it. I honestly don't think this was predictable if you've been on the channel for a while. If you've been and known me a while and you know what my tastes are, this ranking may shock you. I think I've gone very different with this ranking. In first place, this is my top song as well. Vinland Saga, River. Love this song. I can't get it out of my head. I have actually gone to watch the original singer's video for it. I love it. The main song itself gets even better. Carries the show. It carries the mood. The animation, it is Mappa. What was I expecting? It's Mappa. The animation is absolutely gorgeous. You've got a lot of kaleidoscope effects going on. We've got a lot of transitions which are creepy and nice. Haunting characters. The use of Askeladd as a bit of a nightmare figure as well. The bit where you go into the scar on Knut's face is gross but harrowing. A lot of trauma in the anime. There's a lot of trauma in the OP. The OP is telling you this is going to be one hell of a wild ride. Nightmarish effect going on because it's quite a dark OP. It reflects Thorfinn a little bit as well as the other characters. Thorfinn is being carried along by a river. He doesn't care where it goes or anything. In this season, he's a very different character from what we're used to. He's just going with the flow. He doesn't fight it anymore. A lot of symbology in this OP. A lot of blood running down Knut's arms because he's got the crown in his hand, but it's come at such a high cost. So much good stuff to say about the breaking of the glass, the way that the characters interact, having all of the characters at least in this kaleidoscope effect. The anime itself is just fantastic. I am breaking it down on the channel if you are. Oddly enough, coming in just for the Midway, that's really weird. But hello and welcome to Clockwork Noodles. I am breaking this anime down, and if you hit episode number 1, I think I've gone through the OP a little bit deeper. I do miss doing the big deep dives on the OPs. That might be something I bring back at some point. There's a lot of symbology and a good visualization going on in this OP. So yes, I think this is my top OP for the season. I hope you guys at least appreciate why I'm putting it there, and at least go check it out. Go check out the song. It's a really good song. It does carry the vibe of the show quite nicely. So that is my OPs, and hopefully we're not having the pitchforks sharpened just yet. I have given these a lot of thought, and it's been very difficult this season, especially with my top 3 in the main animes themselves. The EDs, I will say, there's been a lot of shows this season that have just done the roll credits thing and black screens. They're not included, otherwise Sarune would be up there because I love that song. A lot of shows this season, for some reason, have just opted out and gone, nah, we're just going to roll credits. Not going to rank you because I can't rank a song. I'm not doing a song competition. Let's move into the EDs. Again, we're going to start in the honourable section. Honourable is going to go to Campfire Cooking with Happy Go Journey. This is a very interesting ED because it chooses to portray the adventure as a storybook. Food orientated, it's happy. It is really my chillax anime, and it makes me so hungry when I watch it. I love the way that the song is really poppy. It carries the theme on a journey in a book, and then we close it, so it's very storytell, fairy tale-esque, pop-up style artwork. Definitely deserving of my honourable mention. Definitely a very good anime to chill out with. There's a lot lot of animes this season dealing with very heavy topics, so this is definitely that lighter anime. Third position is gotta go to Love. Tomo-chan is a girl. I love it. It's the cast actually singing, so Tomo is actually singing. The way they do the credits, yes, it's technically a credit roll, but it's also not, because they have Tomo in a little box, they've got Jun in a little box, they interact with each other, the boxes interact with each other, it's poppy, it's fun, it's so carefree, and then it has the quiet moments. The anime is interesting. Carol is my soul animal. I love Carol. There's a bit even in the ED where Carol's in a box and she's singing on the chorus. I think she's got the chorus bit to herself. Such a good close as well. Very colourful. So it's definitely going to this one. My second is going to be where you may want to rethink your list. If you think you know what I've chosen, because second place is what you think I've put in first, I can guarantee it. In second place, Without Love, Vinland Saga. Yep, pick your drawer up off the floor because Vinland Saga is actually second. I love this song. It's a beautiful wind down. There's some gorgeous, darker, quiet visuals going on. Thorfinn is going to bed. It's winding the anime down, which is what a good ED does. The song is fantastic. It's beautifully animated. I absolutely love the colour scheme. It's quite cold. It's also the first anime of the season that I think is using just English OPs and EDs. I don't think there's any other ones which got both of them in English. It took me 2 episodes, oddly enough, to work out that they were both in English. Very nice scenery going on. It's actually an anime that doesn't have its backgrounds appreciated enough. I have actually hopefully got a collection of backgrounds to show you guys, because when I was looking for gifs and things from the second season, there wasn't very many of them. But there were tons of really nice backgrounds from Vinland Saga. If it wasn't for the first one, it would be first. The first one is one that I know nobody else is probably going to mention at all, so it's got to go first because I need to be the only person mentioning it, but it does actually deserve where it is. First place, which I made a reel to. If you are following me on Instagram, I made a reel of it this morning. Squad by Mei-chan, and that is the open for High Card. And everybody in the audience goes, what? High Card, the anime that we've all forgotten about. The CD is just genius. It's amazing. I can't. It's just perfect. Everything about this ED is just great. Go dig it out on YouTube and check out this ED. I guarantee you're not watching the anime. So you've got technically a roll credits at the bottom of the screen. The song comes on the car radio, and we're in a car because, well, our characters work and sell cars. That's their day jobs. Everybody now in the car sings along to the radio in their own character ways. They all either interact happily with it, or then you've got the mirror switch when you've got Miss P appearing in the other seat. I like that. That was very clever. Every single character has their own little moment. They have different interactions with each other. They all sing a bit or a chorus, hum along to the song. I love this because I was doing this in my car this morning towards my shoot. That was the idea of why I did my reel in the first place. I'm so inspired by the way that this end credit has been done. It's so uplifting as well. They're not even doing much. It's just simply having all their characters bobbing along in the car. I think it's a really nice characterization. High Card has no love. My top ED of winter 2023 is going to an anime that nobody's even heard of. Last but not least, we're moving on to the thing that we're all here for. How am I currently feeling for my top 3 and honorable mention of animes? Now, it's been a very interesting anime season. I started liking a lot of things. I also got very worried because I believed I was going to be putting a isekai on the list. Don't worry, it's gone. It's all gone now. It's not even on there. I think we've only had one isekai technically, and that was on Campfire Cooking's honorable mention. We're going to go into my honorable mention and have everybody's jaw also hit the floor. A very difficult season to size up when a lot of delays have hit anime, so certain shows that I was really getting into are not around anymore. Honorable mention, it's going to Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. Gasp, gasp, gasp. The show that is literally saving the channel at the moment is in honourable. Bear in mind it is halfway. What we normally do, we'll do a halfway and then we'll do a end of season review to find out my final thoughts on the season. I am really enjoying the show. I'm loving the characters. I'm loving the theme in general. There's a lot of nice themes, and oddly enough, the anime occasionally goes above and beyond when it comes to detailing and linking things up, which I didn't really expect from something like this. I went in with it expecting just a nice rom-com. It came off the back of I'm a Villainess, so I'm Taming the Final Boss, because I think the author knows the other author, and they did an amazing little crossover sketch for both of them, and they looked amazing. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and check this out because I have to now that I've watched one. Shadow's my heartthrob. I adore him. He's amazing. The artwork is great. Definition and details in the sugar sculptures are absolutely amazing. I would like to see this make it to top 3, but I think the plot needs to do a little bit of sorting itself out because we started strong. We're having a lull, and I need to know where the plot's now going. I'm gonna have to see if things change. I really enjoy this one. It sounds good. It looks good. It's not as lovey-dovey as you think it's gonna be, but those aspects are creeping in. So they're starting to creep in. So it would depend on if you get enjoyment from romance animes or not. Let's get onto the main list because that technically was only an honourable, and I feel really bad for doing it. In third position is going to go to Buddy Daddies. This show is actually great. I only watched it because everyone was like, yeah, it's going to soothe a gap whilst we're waiting for Spy X Family to come back. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. It's going to be a knockoff. It's probably not going to be very interesting. I fell in love with Ray so hard. And it's the voice actor for Shigaraki. You guys know me. It's a bittersweet romance there because I love All Might so much and Shigaraki is evil, blah, blah, blah. Lately, I'm finding myself loving the stuff that he voices so much. And Ray is such a great character. I'm not just giving it third position for Ray, by the way. The first episode looked like a proper Netflix anime. More money has been poured into this show. Everything looks good. The animation looks great. There's some really great fights. There's so much good dialogue also going on in this one. There's lots of fantastic chemistry between the characters. It's fun to watch. It's action-packed. It's hilarious. Shigaraki basically as an alpaca. That was funny. I do get that heartwarming vibe. It's definitely going to be deserving of third position because this anime is just bringing a smile to my face. I'm laughing more than I thought I would. It would be interesting to see if this anime could climb. I think it could. I think it possibly could if it really starts to nail the last 6 episodes. My big worry was that I wouldn't like the kid because I'm just not a fan of high-pitched squealing kids in animes in general. I love Anya, but Anya, she acts like a kid and her lines are written like a kid, but she's not really high-pitched and shrill. The kid in this one, Miri, is. So I think a lot could happen with this anime. Definitely check it out if you are a Spy X Family fan. James Bondy type feel. Another anime with an OP, which is coming to me right now. Random tangent, here we are. OP for Revenger. Sounds like a Jujutsu Kaisen open. Let's move into second position. In second place is going to go to my baby. I love you so much. Tsurune. The second season for Tsurune is beautiful, guys. It's just beautiful. It's everything I hope for a sequel. This is an anime that I fell into quite hard. The visuals are just out of this world. This anime is underrated. It's probably going to end up in the underrated spot on my end of season because nobody watches it. So anime all about Kudo. Gorgeous artwork, gorgeous animation. Kyoto Animation, who also did Violet Evergarden, and it shows those colours, a lot of the bokeh. When you're watching the anime and certain scenes just jump for you because there's a depth of field. This anime knows how to animate. I recommend it, even just for admiring the artwork. The plot is really good as well. All about people finding themselves growing up, realising the ins and outs of a sport that is technically apparently a lifetime. My husbando, I love him so much, is in this, and yes, Misaki is king. Can't wait to see Ray versus Misaki this time. When it comes to best husbando, that's going to be hard to crown. I normally give an award in the end of seasons for best husbando, best boy. I might have to invent an honourable mention just for this season. The anime is great. It sounds gorgeous. There's so much detailing in eyes. Just see somebody taking a shot. The sound of the shot whizzing through the air, hitting the target is just beautiful. This is the anime that I think looks the best. They know about lighting, and lighting is a big gripe of mine in some animes. Lighting in this anime is fantastic. It's beautiful. Well deserved for second place. I think it could get quite messy for the end of season, to be fair, because a lot of these animes could shuffle. First position, only just. It is going to Vinland Saga, so you probably did predict that one. At the moment, Vinland Saga is in its quiet period. Vinland Saga in its quiet period, even I've noticed on top 10 lists and stuff, it's not doing very well out there, but because it's a very different season from what we're expecting. I do get the vibes that it's all about to break loose, and I think it might change. Vinland Saga might end up holding its crown here. Vinland Saga definitely deserves first spot for now because of the story, because of the fact that the anime can handle a quieter season and still move me to tears, still make me feel things. We're dealing with 2 characters who have been through trauma, who have been through all of season 1 that we actually loved watching. Living it though was different, and we're now following Thorfinn as he tries to get to grips with the world that he's in. And is also another fantastic character. The animation is great. Not quite the same as Tsurune's depth of field. There's a lot of shots which don't quite look right. It is lit right, and I love a bit of decent lighting, and this anime definitely looks good. The moment when we suddenly see Thorfinn, the camera pans up very slowly and then you see him. Goose pimples, because you actually start following Einar. You're waiting, at any point I'm going to see a face that I recognise, and suddenly there he is. So all the characters are different, everyone's grown up, everyone's getting goatees. It's fantastic. The hair in this anime, magnificent goatees all over the place. It really is a different step in a different direction for the story, and I really can't wait to see where the story is going. But there's a lot of beautiful chemistry, a lot of really nice moments. Characters are taking the time to get to know each other, to be friends with each other. Seeing Thorfinn smile for the first time, that just meant so much to me. I am definitely for now giving Vinland Saga first spot, but you guys know what happens on the channel. If you are new to the channel, we do have a end of season review. give my top 3 a few little cool awards like best boy, best girl, best villain type thing. It always gets quite interesting, especially if you've been on a channel and you've seen the Midway. We love to compare. Last season was just a mess. It went all over the place. I think things did change. It was very unpredictable. I think a few people said they tried to predict it and it was all over the place. Should at least get some acknowledgement for actually including 10 different titles this time. Usually we get the same 4 animes getting rehashed on the OPs, EDs and the top 3 when it comes to the Midways. There are 10 different series all in this video that I have actually given credit to. I do feel like I'm watching a lot of anime this season, despite the fact that I also feel like I'm not. Now, if you're wondering where certain animes are, if you've got one that you really enjoy and it's not on the list, it is most likely the case that I'm not watching it. Limited on time this season. I've got so much work going on. What I do plan to do once the season ends, I am going to be watching Trigun's the original. I really hope you guys have at least enjoyed my rankings, and hopefully that you guys are at least going to go away and get some more music to your charts, because there's some really good songs here. Even if you don't like the anime, there are some real nice hidden gems mixed in with opens and closes. High Card's ED is just great. It's just perfect. I love the way that it's written. I know that nobody else is going to mention this anime ever. Happy to put it on the chart and put it in first position for now. Thank you guys so much once again. I really hope you are enjoying yourselves, enjoying this season. This season is great. Make sure you guys let me know what you think of the season. It's been a very interesting season. Have you guys been hit by the delays? There's a lot of delays on animes. Maybe make predictions for what I'm going to crown top 3 in the end of season review. I hope you guys are having fun. Look after yourselves, and I will see you guys again soon. Thank you.